Crypto Pirates Daily News, August 23, 2021. Latest news headlines. Which is a stronger growth stock to purchase, Amazon or Netflix? Forget Bitcoin for now and invest in these cryptocurrency stocks instead. Is $350 truly an unrealistic target for Monero? Over $230 million in Ether has been burned in 17 days on the Ethereum network. Top 10 blockchain games to earn crypto while playing. Bitcoin's $100,000 price target has reappeared as the cryptocurrency surpasses the $50,000 mark. One clever approach to invest in Dogecoin without purchasing it. Which is a stronger growth stock to purchase, Amazon or Netflix? Two phenomenally successful firms are frequently mentioned in the same breath, whether it's because they're both members of the popular FANG stock group or because they both offer rapidly rising streaming TV services. These are two long-standing Wall Street darlings, Amazon, AMZN, and Netflix, NFLX. Both of these companies are still incredibly profitable today, with both their top and bottom lines growing at a quick clip. Indeed, there is still a compelling case to be made for purchasing both firms' stock. Which of these two growth stocks is a better investment today, Amazon, the e-commerce, cloud computing, and digital services behemoth, or Netflix, the pure-play streaming TV specialist? Amazon. Amazon has consistently resisted the major growth slowdown that would be expected of a firm of its size. Indeed, revenue growth increased significantly last year. Revenue increased by 20% and 38% in 2019 and 2020, respectively. Without a doubt, the 2020 statistics benefited considerably from increasing e-commerce usage as individuals worldwide sought refuge at home during a pandemic. However, Amazon is growing swiftly even as it faces difficult comparisons in 2020. Net sales in the second quarter of 2021 climbed by 27% year-over-year. Profitability has increased even faster. Net income for the trailing 12 months ended June 30, 2020, increased to $29.4 billion from $13.2 billion a year earlier. And, contrary to popular belief, Amazon stock is not as pricey as it appears. True, its $1.6 trillion market capitalization is difficult to comprehend. However, with trailing 12-month sales of $443 billion, operational cash flow of $59.3 billion, a rapidly growing top line, and a constantly expanding operating margin, this valuation appears cautious, if not inexpensive. Netflix. Netflix, the streaming television provider, is boosting its top line similarly swiftly. Second quarter revenue climbed 19% year-over-year. However, the true magic for Netflix at the moment is the company's skyrocketing profits. EPS increased to $2.97 in the second quarter, up from $1.59 in the year-ago period. More importantly, experts anticipate that the company's high earnings growth will continue over the next 5 years, owing to the scalability of its business model. Costs associated with content creation and other expenses are rapidly dropping as a percentage of income. Analysts predict Netflix's earnings per share will compound at an average annual rate of 43% over the next 5 years, outpacing Amazon's expected 36% growth. Understanding Netflix's extraordinary earnings potential is critical to justifying the company's 56 price-to-earnings ratio. The conclusion. Both stocks, in aggregate, appear to be attractive long-term investments. However, Amazon may be the better investment, owing to its sustained top and bottom line growth, expansive competitive advantages derived from its powerful flywheel of prime member incentives, and leadership in both e-commerce and cloud computing. Amazon's growth trajectory appears to be more sustainable and predictable in the long run, as the company benefits from strong secular tailwinds across multiple facets of its business. Forget Bitcoin for now and invest in these cryptocurrency stocks instead. In late April, I examined whether the bull market in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies had come to an end. A few weeks later, the world's most valuable crypto assets suffered precipitous losses. Rumors circulated that US federal officials were preparing to increase regulatory pressure on digital currency. Meanwhile, Elon Musk alienated Bitcoin enthusiasts when he declared that Tesla would withdraw from cryptocurrency due to its colossal carbon footprint. Today, I'd want to examine the factors that contributed to Bitcoin's recent spike. However, I'm more interested in acquiring two cryptocurrency stocks. Let us dive in. Why has Bitcoin regained traction in the late summer? In the late spring and early summer, volatility wreaked havoc on Bitcoin and its counterparts in the cryptocurrency industry. Fortunately, fears of a regulatory crackdown subsided this summer. On the contrary, policymakers have recently expressed a much greater willingness to accept Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. This demonstrates that this is a market that will endure. On August 20th, the price of Bitcoin surpassed $47,000 in early morning trade. This is the highest point since the correction began in the early half of May. As is customary, investors should be mindful of the sector's high volatility. Canadian investors may wish to examine crypto equities rather than Bitcoin. This cryptocurrency stock is still quite valuable. Galaxy Digital Holdings Limited, GLXY, is the first cryptocurrency stock I'd like to discuss today. This asset management company is active in the space of digital assets, cryptocurrencies, and blockchain technology. As of August 19th, Galaxy's shares have increased by 97% in 2021. The stock has increased by more than 480% year-over-year. On August 16th, the firm revealed its second quarter 2021 financial results. Galaxy saw some resistance following a decline in cryptocurrency prices. Nonetheless, volume of counterparty trading surged by more than 90% in the second quarter. At the same time, assets under management, AUM, increased by 11% to $1.42 billion. Despite this, the company reported a net comprehensive loss of $175 million in Q2 2020, down from a net gain of $35.3 million in Q2 2019. The price-to-earnings ratio of this cryptocurrency stock was 6.8 at the time of press. It is not too late to purchase Galaxy, since digital currencies are seeing a renaissance. Now is not the time to sleep on this Bitcoin miner. Hut 8 Mining, HUT, is a Toronto-based cryptocurrency mining firm operating in North America. This cryptocurrency stock has increased by 103% in 2021. Its shares have increased by 570% year-over-year. On August 12th, the firm released its second quarter 2021 financial results. Hut 8 has been enthusiastic about long-term holdings of Bitcoin. 100% of self-mined Bitcoin was deposited into custody in Q2 2021. Hut 8 had 3,824 Bitcoins as of June 30, 2021. In Q2 2021, total sales was $33.5 million, up from $9.23 million the previous year. Adjusted EBITDA improved to $30.6 million in the year-to-date period, up from a slight loss in the first 6 months of 2020. Even better, this cryptocurrency stock maintains a favorable PE ratio of 20. Is $350 truly an unrealistic target for Monero? Monero, like the majority of other altcoins, has had a solid climb over the last week. Apart from the overall market's ability to maintain its upward trend, another key component played a role this time around. A few days ago, Monero's mainnet activated the BTC XMR atomic swap. Atomic swaps enable users to exchange or swap their cryptos in a completely decentralized manner, without the intervention of third parties. Monero, already the premier privacy coin in the cryptocurrency industry, has enhanced its secrecy. The pricing effect. Monero's valuation began to rise immediately once the swaps went live on the network. Indeed, XMR's valuation was approaching a 2-month high at the time of press. As illustrated in the accompanying chart, the token's price fell below the 200-day simple moving average between 17 and 19 August. After the 20th century, however, the trend reversed. The price has remained above that level ever since. Notably, Monero is currently confronted with two minor resistance levels of $295.26 and $309.78. If these levels are successfully crossed in the coming hours, XMR's price might hit $350 before the end of this month. Are the indicators favorable for a rally? Yes, almost certainly. For starters, the current volatility level, 0.63, appears to be ideal for Monero's climb to continue. While high volatility is typically associated with big price swings in both directions, low volatility tends to favor long-term rallies. Surprisingly, when Monero's volatility fell from 0.78 to 0.6 last month, its price surged by almost 13%. For that matter, the transaction count has increased significantly in the macroeconomic framework. The number of transactions between June and July used to fluctuate between 13K and 20K. However, it crossed the 30K mark numerous times in August. In the case of this alt, an increase in transaction volume has always corresponded to a price increase. As a result, this is another evidence of progress. Likewise, the trade volume followed a similar pattern. Monero's real-world volume reached a 1-month high of $144 million on August 20th. Increased volume is not always indicative of increased demand for the token. The increase in circulating supply, on the other hand, confirms the same this time around. According to Messari's research, Monero's circulating supply increased significantly in less than 2 days, from $4.5 billion to $5.1 billion. Again, it is at a 1-month high at the moment. As a result, it may be concluded that a greater number of tokens are currently circulating among market participants. Additionally, social attitude is still favorable at this moment. Reddit, for example, has been steadily increasing its subscriber base on a daily basis. This effectively signifies that the rally has the support of the Monero community. On any given day, having a strong social sentiment is A+. What are the future prospects? By examining the situation of the aforementioned measures and the trend on the price chart, it is possible to conclude that present market conditions are normally favorable to Monero's price climb. After weeks of consolidation in the $200 range, the time has come for Monero's valuation to exceed $300 and possibly even $350. Over $230 million in Ether has been burned in 17 days on the Ethereum network. The Ethereum network upgraded to the London hard fork successfully 17 days ago. One particular feature, AirP 1559, has captivated crypto enthusiasts for a long period of time due to the fact that the update change gradually makes Ether scarcer. The Ethereum network has burned 73,784 Ether worth almost $230 million at today's exchange rates over the span of more than 2 weeks, according to statistics. To date, 73,300 Ethereum have been burned, with OpenSea burning more over 9,000. According to data from June Analytics dashboard titled Ethereum After 1,559, 73,784 ETH had been burnt since August 5, the day following the London upgrade. Vitalik Buterin stated following the London hard fork that he was assured about the future after London. However, Buterin stated that EIP 1550 was a critical component of the London project. The ETH community was prepared for the long-awaited EIP 1559 update far in advance of the London upgrade. Following the rule change, users are still monitoring the amount of Ether burned on a daily basis a little more than 2 weeks later. To date, the 73,784 ETH burned is worth approximately $230,611,450 at today's Ether exchange rates. While each ETH participant contributes to the burn rate, a plethora of Ethereum-based protocols use a significant amount of ETH merely by operating. According to June Analytics, OpenSea, a non-fungible token (NFT) marketplace, is the largest burner, having burned 9,121 Ether to far. Following this, initiatives such as Uniswap v2, 5,365 Ether, Axie Infinity, 4,024 Ether, Tether, 3,733 Ether, and Uniswap v3 are launched, 2,236 Ether. Additionally, other projects and applications such as MetaMask, 1,405 Ether, USDC, 1,258 Ether, and 1inch v3, 991 Ether, consume a significant amount of ETH. Additionally, an unknown entity has consumed 1,443 Ether, ranking 6th among the top 100 Ether consumers. At the moment, the Ethereum chain is consuming almost $12,000 in value each minute. During the last 24 hours on Sunday, Ether has traded in a price range of $3,150 to $3,250. Ethereum has increased by a remarkable 56.4% over the last month, and is up 719% year to date. The cryptocurrency is trading at a discount of between 25% and 30% to its all-time high of $4,356 per unit on May 12, 2021. On Sunday, Ether had a market valuation of $373 billion, accounting for 17.5% of the $2.13 trillion cryptocurrency industry. Although the ETH burn rate fluctuates, at the time of press, the chain is burning at a rate of 3.76 ETH per minute. That's $12,158.97 worth of Ethereum, ETH, destroyed every minute at current market rates. Top 10 blockchain games to earn crypto while playing. Gaming is an integral component of human culture. Analysts expect that gaming will earn $218.7 billion in revenue by 2024. It had a far-reaching impact on people's lives than we realize. Aside from game development, competing in esports, purchasing and selling in-game stuff, and hosting tournaments can all make you millions of dollars. Previously, gaming drew the ire of critics who believed that it was harmful to one's health. It was frowned upon and thought to be a waste of time. That belief, however, may be outdated. According to recent studies, there are numerous advantages to gaming. According to research, gaming has cognitive benefits. Aside from that, the World Health Organization, WHO, has reversed its anti-gaming stance. During the pandemic, WHO recommended video games to help curb the spread of COVID-19. With the opportunity to earn money while playing, gaming today contributes more to the global economy than just video game sales. Blockchain games to earn money. All technical improvements point to a positive future for gaming. The emergence of a breakthrough gaming genre, play-to-earn blockchain games, was unavoidable as a result. Gamers may earn money without having to play full-time or as professionals thanks to blockchain technology. All they need are their PCs or mobile devices, as well as the willingness to spend time playing. Now that you may make money by playing, gamers are curious about which games are likely to pay well. There are other blockchain games available, however our team selected the top 10 games for earning money while playing. Our team includes games that are presently available as well as games that are still in development but have a lot of potential to become popular when they are released. Number 1. Townstar. Cryptocurrency token used, Gala. The next big thing comes from Zynga's founder and the clever minds behind the successful Farmville and Words with Friends games, Townstar. Townstar, developed by Gala Games, has immediately piqued the curiosity of many gamers, particularly those who enjoyed playing Farmville back in 2009. You do not need an account to play the game, however, you do need one to return to your town and earn and get rewards. The game begins with the player selecting an empty plot of land to own. Strategically, you must select your land carefully and finally establish your own town. The game needs you to finish a 6-day cycle before moving on to the world map. Not only does the world map reset, but so do the player's achievements. Every cycle, the player obtains NFTs, Gala tokens, and other rewards. Indeed, Townstar recently released Mirondius-themed Townstar skins, which are intended to improve craftwork and speed in a player's town. This game is ideal for individuals who have mastered Farmville and Words with Friends because it is as simple to play as these two. Number 2. Revoman. Cryptocurrency token used, Revo. Revoman is an online RPG that offers an immersive virtual reality experience through the use of cutting-edge technology similar to that found in NFTs. As a result, Revoman enables players to properly appreciate the value of blockchain games and the potential of blockchain technology. Revoman is now accessible in the alpha version of the game. This means that the experience is enhanced, and the same is true for earning while playing. The team is now working on the next alpha version 1.2, which will include 3D art and NFTs. The social component, storyline, and rivalry inside the game will be improved with the addition of various features. Revoman enables players to earn cryptocurrencies in a secure marketplace. Tokenomics, $Revo, intends to achieve just that, to build a balanced ecosystem of investors, project growth, and game universe. Number 3. Splinterlands. Cryptocurrency token used, SPS. Splinterlands is next on the list. Splinterlands allows players to acquire cards with varying attributes and powers. These cards are also used in fight with other players in skill-based battles. Splinterlands, which is integrated with blockchain, enables players to purchase, sell, and trade their assets in a recordable and immutable manner. Winning rewards in tournaments, ranking games, and tasks allows gamers to earn money quickly. Splinterlands is compatible with the Ethereum, Tron, and Wax blockchains. It also makes use of the Hive crypto wallet, which creates your in-game credits automatically as you register in the game. Number 4. Sorare. Cryptocurrency token used, SOR, ETH. Football fans will undoubtedly enjoy this game. Sorare football-based NFT platform with Ethereum blockchain integration. It is a collectible card game featuring football players from around the world. A user can use these collectibles to establish a virtual football squad and compete against other players in several active leagues. Because the game is based on real-life performances, a player can design lineups, select a captain, and collect points. Rare collectible cards have different levels of uniqueness and scarcity: rare, super rare, and unique. You can win weekly prizes by defeating managers and each game in order to level up and advance through the divisions. Rare recently revealed that limited cards with 1 to 1000 scarcity will be available in the game soon, increasing players' chances of playing Division 5 global all-star football games. Rare employs NFT, which allows players to sell, purchase, or trade cards on Ethereum using the ERC-721 token standard. Number 5. Alien Worlds. Cryptocurrency token used, Trillium, ERC-20/BEP20/WAX fungible token. Alien Worlds is a new NFT DeFi metaverse that allows players to compete and collaborate. In the Alien Worlds metaverse, one can rule a planet and become a member of the planetary councils. A player can collect NFT game cards, land on planets, tools, and weapons, avatars, minions, and artifacts, mine Trillium, battle other players, and accomplish in-game tasks. One must be strategic when selecting, purchasing, and building NFTs for their personal playtime, as this can have a significant impact on the game's overall path. Trillium, an ERC-20/BEP20/WAX fungible token, is the cryptocurrency utilized in Alien Worlds. This can be used to stake and vote in elections on a certain planet, and it is also distributed to the Federation, which is responsible with creating a working metaversal economy. Number 6. Crypto Blades. Cryptocurrency token used, Skill. Riveted Games, an award-winning video game company, created various NFT RPG games, including Cryptoblades. Cryptoblades has evolved into a powerful game with the power of BSC and blockchain, from which participants can enjoy long-term gains. To play Cryptoblades on their web-based game platform, you will need an internet connection. To begin, the game indicates that a player has control over their NFTs, weapons and characters, with the ability to sell and exchange them in-game. However, each transaction is subject to a small cost. The token utilized in Cryptoblades is Skill. When a player defeats their opponent, they get skill tokens. And, because it is an online game, players should anticipate the game to evolve at a rapid pace in order to remain relevant. Furthermore, people are still encouraged to play the game because it is simple to gain money from. Number 7. Lost Relics. Lost Relics is a game with a lot of items. It is an action-adventure role-playing game, ARRP, that is supported by the Ethereum blockchain. It is one of the most well-known and often played NFT games today, with participants frequently winning incentives such as gold coins and other blockchain things. Furthermore, due to their scarcity, these things are worth a lot of money on the open market. In truth, the majority of these things are extremely uncommon and available only through Lost Relics. To play the game, you must fight monsters, complete quests, invade dungeons, and collect as many rare loots as possible in order to generate revenue. Quests, events, and encounters are all ways for a player to gain valuable things. Number 8. Axie Infinity. Cryptocurrency token used, AXS. Axie Infinity is the game that popularized the term play to earn and will go down in history as the first game to realize many gamers' desire of earning money by playing. Users can buy, sell, breed, and trade Axies in the game. These are cute spherical NFT monsters with various skill sets that you can use in battle. You can play the adventure mode or compete against other players in PvP mode within the game. Smooth Love Potion, SLP, a coin that can be used to breed new Axies, can be earned here. SLP can also be converted into money via crypto exchanges. Axie Infinity is now the fastest growing play-to-earn blockchain game. The game currently has 500,000 daily users. It also recently outsold NBA Top Shot in terms of all-time NFT sales. To round up our list, here are the most anticipated NFT, play-to-earn games that are currently built but will soon begin to earn revenue for players. Number 9. Illuvium. Cryptocurrency token used, ILV. The Ethereum blockchain serves as the foundation for Illuvium. It is a solid gamified DeFi that allows you to earn ETH, similar to Axie Infinity. It's a 3D role-playing game with a predictable plot and an open and explorable setting. The alluvials are what distinguishes Illuvium. Each alluvial has its own personality, artwork, and rigging. Furthermore, each has a unique rarity and set of abilities. You battle other players in the game, and you can gather these alluvials in shards stored on the blockchain. You may also head to exchange if you want to trade these alluvials with other players, but keep an eye out for the uncommon ones, such as shiny, gold, and holographic catches. Players may expect long-term benefits, earnings, and a high-level gaming experience like never before with the launch of alluvials. Number 10. MyDeFi Pet. Cryptocurrency token used, TVIT. MyDeFi Pet could be one of the most promising forthcoming NFT games right now. The game includes a plethora of advantageous earning and gaming mechanisms. MyDeFi Pet, like Axie Infinity, is likely to have breeding, evolving, and battle systems in the NFT features. The in-game token is PIT, and you can use it to buy, trade, and upgrade monsters, as well as unlock their features. Of course, in addition to the tokens, you can gain other benefits from the game. It has the feel of Farmville because you feed crops to the monsters, and the graphics are similar to Dragon City because you can breed monsters here as well. However, because it is currently in beta, players are unable to fully exploit the game's potential. People can expect further features such as PvP warfare, campaign mode, daily quest, pet expedition, endless tower, new UI, cell cage feature, skill system for pets, and so on, according to eGames.io's plan. For the time being, play MyDeFi Pet to your heart's delight, especially since the team behind it is eager to provide updates on the game. Also, be patient as it unlocks its play-to-earn option. That's all there is to it. Our comprehensive collection of NFT and play-to-earn titles that are currently shaping the blockchain gaming industry. Originally, online games were created to provide us with leisure to have fun with ourselves or with our peers. Today, thanks to blockchain gaming, you may earn money while doing something you enjoy. Bitcoin's $100,000 price target has reappeared as the cryptocurrency surpasses the $50,000 mark. The resurrection of virtual currency has roused the crypto faithful's animal spirits. Bitcoin once again surpassed the carefully watched $50,000 barrier, continuing the cryptocurrency market's rebound from a catastrophic tumble just 3 months ago. In Asian trading Monday, the largest virtual coin rose as high as 4.2% to about $50,440, while other tokens like as Ether and Cardano's ADA also gained. Bitcoin last crossed the $50,000 mark in mid-May. The rebirth of virtual currencies has reawakened the wild spirits of the crypto devout, reviving predictions of Bitcoin reaching $100,000 or more. Others believe the volatile asset is currently carving out a larger trading range. "We are seeing some really strong indications here," said Vijay Iyer, head of Asia Pacific at Singapore-based cryptocurrency exchange Luno. Bitcoin may retest all-time highs after surmounting levels deemed significant by some. Bitcoin reached a record high over $65,000 in April, buoyed by a flood of cash, fast money bets, and confidence about expanding institutional demand. Elon Musk's supportive comments and Coinbase Global Incorporated's direct listing further spurred excitement. However, more negative views appeared subsequently, including a U-turn by Musk, focusing on the environmental impact of the energy needed by the computers that power Bitcoin. China's crackdown on cryptocurrency also darkened the atmosphere. Bitcoin fell below $30,000 in May, following a crypto rout. $2.2 trillion. Since then, the value of more than 9,000 digital tokens tracked by CoinGecko has increased to almost $2.2 trillion, up from $1.2 trillion a month earlier. Bulls have been buoyed by recent statements from Musk and Cathie Wood of ARK Investment Management LLC, as well as speculation about Amazon.com Incorporated's potential engagement in the cryptocurrency business. Musk stated last month that he wishes the token would thrive and that he has personally purchased Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. According to ARK's Wood, businesses should consider adding Bitcoin to their balance sheets. The hash rate, a metric that indicates how much processing power is being sent into the Bitcoin network, has also recovered from early July lows, indicating that the industry is readjusting following China's clampdown. Bitcoin is approaching the upper end of what I anticipate as a new trading range in the low $40,000 to low $50,000, Rick Benseiner, CEO of Benseiner Investment Strategies, wrote Monday in a note. Apart from Bitcoin, second-ranked Ether has been gaining ground, aided by an upgrade to its underlying network, which suggests a more finite supply of the currency. The ADA token, which is tied to the Cardano blockchain, has recently risen into third place, owing to technological advancements that may improve the network's utility. Bitcoin is up 73% this year, Ether is up 350%, and ADA is up over 2,000%. Dogecoin and Solana have also aided the crypto surge. One clever approach to invest in Dogecoin without purchasing it. The price of Dogecoin is beginning to rise. Here is one approach that could assist investors in capitalizing on this trend. This year has been extremely crazy for Dogecoin, DOGE, investors. Between January and May, its price soared more than 15,000% to a little over 74 cents, only to lose more than half of its worth weeks later. However, as of this press, Dogecoin is up about 6,700% year to date, and the price has been steadily increasing over the last month. Investors may view this as an opportunity. Perhaps the Shiba Inu is regaining its footing on the path to the moon. However, before making any decisions, it is critical to assess the dangers and explore all of your options. For example, there are ways to gain exposure to Dogecoin in your portfolio without purchasing any cryptocurrency. Let us now take a look at the details. Dogecoin's disadvantages. Although Dogecoin began as a joke, it quickly grew in popularity on social media platforms such as Reddit and TikTok. Indeed, Dogecoin topped Bitcoin as the most referenced cryptocurrency on Twitter early this year. Naturally, Elon Musk fueled the flames with a series of humorous tweets referencing Dogecoin. However, there is a catch. Dogecoin's value is entirely dependent on its popularity, which is subject to change. The tides can actually change overnight, as occurred in May. More specifically, despite a sizable social following, Dogecoin is still just a fraction of Bitcoin's overall market capitalization and lacks the programmability of other blockchains such as Ethereum. In short, Dogecoin bears little resemblance to the thousands of other cryptocurrencies already available. Additionally, there is an issue with Dogecoin's valuation. To value stocks, investors consider factors such as revenue, earnings, and discounted cash flows. However, Dogecoin is not a cash-generating enterprise, nor is it an asset that generates interest, such as a bond. As a result, betting on the future value of Dogecoin is more analogous to gambling. Naturally, this does not imply that its price will fall. Someone always wins the lottery, and Dogecoin may be worth 10 times its current value in a year. Or, as was the case 9 months ago, it could be valued less than 1 cent. Whatever the case may be, this is an extremely dangerous investment. Coinbase's perks. Coinbase, COIN, enables its customers to participate in the crypto economy, a booming ecosystem comprised of cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Dogecoin, as well as non-fungible tokens, NFTs, smart contracts, and decentralized financial, DeFi, applications. 68 million users, including retail investors, institutions, and ecosystem partners. Its platform includes analytics software, developer tools, and mobile wallet services. Coinbase, on the other hand, is essentially a brokerage, with transaction fees accounting for 85% of its revenue in the most recent quarter. In other words, Coinbase thrives during periods of high volatility in the cryptocurrency market. Increased trading volume results in increased transaction fees, which results in increased revenue for the company. Therefore, if you're interested in Dogecoin or any other cryptocurrency, Coinbase can assist you in capitalizing on the volatility, regardless of whether the price is rising or falling. Consider the financial performance of the company throughout the first half of 2021. While Dogecoin and the broader crypto market skyrocketed in the first quarter before collapsing in the second, Coinbase experienced phenomenal growth on both the top and bottom lines. Significantly, Coinbase has distinguished itself from other brokerages by investing much in cybersecurity and regulatory compliance. Indeed, it protects customers' assets through the insurance industry's largest hot wallet crime program. Additionally, the business presently manages $180 billion in assets on its platform, accounting for 11.2% of all crypto assets, establishing it as a reputable brand name. As a result, several Wall Street experts believe that shareholders will benefit significantly from this development. The basic fact is that Coinbase is not a risk-free investment by any stretch of the imagination. The stock has lost more than 30% of its value since its April initial public offering. However, I believe it is less hazardous than directly purchasing Dogecoin, simply because Coinbase is a cash-generating firm that is not dependent on the success of any specific cryptocurrency. That is why this stock appears to be a prudent approach to gain exposure to Dogecoin without purchasing any Dogecoin directly. We hope you enjoyed watching and listening to this video. Please let us know your opinion in the comments area below. If you found our content useful, please like it and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for more crypto-related contents.